There are a lot of ways that we learn to counter or debate certain parts of ourselves or personalities that we've picked up or that we've acknowledged that we have or have been built up within us. One of the biggest themes that all of these have is countering by rejecting or doing the opposite. For example, if you're considered a submissive person, then you end up trying to challenge that by being an adventurous and bold individual. Not per se becoming a dominant person, but because of that ego that gets built up because of those two factors, you become less submissive or become more predominantly reactive to the cause of feeling the effect of someone trying to make you submissive. Likewise, just like that pretty bad example, when someone's in a codependent relationship with anyone, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship too, sometimes it could be with a family member or someone of familiarity who you consider a part of your life, for example, a best friend. You have to understand that the first thing that's going to happen is that because these people are very aware of you and you become more self-aware and promote or present the different you, there are certain individuals or people with factoring activities or maybe vandalizations that want to test your limits or promote the person that they're okay with, who they don't think is a problem. The problem is the way you perceive it. And there is a problem with people perceiving themselves submissive because of someone telling them that they're submissive versus them discovering that they need to work on their own boundary issues. One problem with this is that it's a reactive explosion that occurs emotionally and mentally, which means that there's very little time or space for logic or any sort of cognitive activity to really occur. So it's better to prepare yourself, but for those who don't know anything about that, including those who do know everything about that and therefore are still not prepared because of the fact that they do have to go through a step-by-step process before they realize that this is going on, or they have certain key stimulus response points and it hasn't hit them yet that that's the stimulus for them to respond a certain way. I have to say that don't counter it, but soak in the personality that you are, because you took on that personality, and now that you're saying it's a problem, you have to realize that it's not a problem, it's an obstacle, and you can work with it and it can transcend into something else. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. So you can live free or die hard by learning how to take in who you really are.